How's it going, everyone? Jiivita here with a Gleambow event overview. So this is the same event that showed up earlier this year, around spring, kind of vaguely around St. Patrick's Day. And yeah, this is the event where there's rainbow meteors, rainbow totems, kind of rainbow everything, and for at least a short period of time, it is possible to get just about any block in just about any color, including the elusive gleam. So if you want some black gleam or any particular color of gleam, this is going to be a really important event for you. But let's take a little bit of a look around. So we're in the Gleambow Sanctum. This was actually designed by Jeffro the Swell. We'll take a closer look at this a little bit later. But the basic premise of this event is that starting off, you want to craft this fancy totem that I have in hand, and also this one that's on the pedestal right in front of me. This is a Gleambow totem, and if you come over here under seasonal items, which is getting rather long, well, seasonal objects, excuse me. You can see what the recipe for this is. This is only craftable during the Gleambow event, and I argue that you might want to make extras, especially if you don't have the Founder's Totem recipe, or not the Founder's, the Wayfarer's Totem, because they have the same exact durability. You can use these on other objects, but particularly what these are handy for is making solidifiers. So the damage doesn't matter. The damage is a little bit lower than a Wayfarer's Totem, however, it's still higher than your standard totem. So that aside, the reason why you want to craft a Gleambow totem is because they're the only things that can break the blocks on the Gleambow meteors, or the rainbow meteors, whatever they're officially called. They'll be really easy to spot, considering anytime you're out exploring on a level 3 or higher world, there's a chance for these special meteors to spawn, and like I said, they're going to be really easy to see because they have, well, rainbow trails streaking behind them, so pretty obvious when the meteor falls. Beyond that, you rush to the meteor and use the special totem to break them open. Once completed, you'll get Oort and gold for completing the event, but arguably the main attraction is the actual blocks that the meteors are made out of. So they'll be made out of random materials of all sorts of different colors, including gleam. There's even the new glass blocks that you'll be able to get those in different colors, and not to mention wood, rock, and pretty much just about any block. There's even like mold and growth that get thrown into the mix. So pretty invaluable event if you're after a very particular color. Arguably, it's rather hard to get mass quantities of any particular color, but maybe through player trading or cooperation with a small group of players, you could get enough for your purposes. And one key aspect of the Gleambow meteors is that there's actually a time limit. So you have a certain amount of time to destroy essentially 50% of the meteor to actually complete the event. And if you fail to do it within the amount of time, then all of the blocks of the meteor will change to the default of that planet. So if you really don't care about the loot box inside, well, sorry, it also affects the rewards of the blocks that the meteor actually made out of. So, but pretty much if you have like a speed brew or, you know, something to kind of augment your totems, the totems are forgeable, so you can forge on extra damage and even AoE to kind of help yourself out, not to mention maybe some action speed or something. So with all of that in mind, it should be fairly easy to complete these events, even solo, unless maybe you're a particularly low level character. And that kind of brings me to another point, is that doing this event in large groups doesn't exactly make a whole lot of sense, because whatever you break from the meteor is yours to keep, and there's only so much meteor to go around, so you're almost in competition with other players to get at least the blocks from the meteor. The loot box inside, or the golden Oort that you get from completing the meteor, that is shared across everybody that participates. It's just the actual blocks that the meteor is made out of aren't exactly available for everybody or equally available. But moving along, the other rewards that you can get or the other seasonal items are, if you've noticed, I have the Gleambow horn that was available earlier this year, as well as the Gleambow shades. And there's even another one that's available. Head over to outfits. Yeah, rainbow shades, and then there's starry eyes as well. So same kind of thing, just in kind of star sunglass type style. So the shades are tintable, or rather the frame is tintable. However, the shades, there's nothing but rainbow there, so there's not really anything to tint. Okay, now that we covered the basics of the Gleambow event, let's take a look at this amazing Gleambow Sanctum. It is pretty sizable compared to the past ones, and this was made by Jeffro the Swell, and you just know there's gotta be a hashtag blame Jeff somewhere around here, because yeah, I don't know of very many other players that have their own meme, but very nicely done Sanctum. So let's just kind of, I guess, start from the beginning here. So starting off, if you're a brand new player, this is where you'll start off at, and yeah, I really love this, whatever you want to call this, kind of like machinery type conduit, who knows, but very nicely done. Excellent use of the circuit board block right there, I have to say. And the blink fits in quite nicely as well, even has some decorative umbers right there. And so yeah, plenty of rainbows to go around. And I don't, it looks like they even changed the particle effect. So I guess that would have been, yeah, the devs doing it. It's not as, because normally there's like little Boundless symbols kind of floating up, and it's kind of more sparklies right now. Even have a giant gleam meteor in the background, so that's kind of vaguely what they'll look like when they fall, or at least when they land. So Jeff did give me a little bit of a heads up about the Sanctum, and he told me a few kind of interesting facts about it. So somewhere around here there's 3 Cuddlepunk symbols hidden, as well as a whole bunch of they're actually black, but the Explorer marble blocks. So it's kind of this one right here, except that it will be black. He said he honestly couldn't remember how many there are, but he said there are a bunch of them. So you can kind of have fun, kind of searching around, trying to find all of the Explorer blocks. There's also lots of Boundless symbols kind of half hidden around. And there's even a Easter egg area that he said should be quite difficult to find. He did mention what it is, but kind of was like, sounded like he wanted it to be a bit of a secret. So I guess I'll try to be tight-lipped about that. But as you can see, there's quite a bit around, and it's like the one time you can go wading through lava and not have to worry about dying. So very nice. Love the rainbow bridge. And if you're interested in seeing on what's on the outside of the Sanctum, there is this handy little passage right here that even has arrows warning that maybe you should go back the way you came, but don't worry, there is a nice way to get back out. So a couple of messages around on the outside of the Sanctum, but I'll leave that for the adventurous to find. So this is kind of the fire lava section, and around on the other side is more of an icy area. So kind of a nice little fire and ice balance there. Okay, well I think that wraps up the Gleambow event video quite nicely. I have to say the Sanctums I'm kind of enjoying almost more than the actual events themselves. Just exploring them and all the nice little goodies that are hidden throughout, and not to mention these are made and designed by players, not the devs, so that is just another really awesome and amazing thing about this game. But anyway, this was Jiivita. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more like this, and if there's anything you didn't like, please let me know down below. Also, if you like my channel and want to get cool perks, check out my Patreon page. Until next time, peace.